going on? Uh, it's like there's a cool scripture. It says, "The mystery of iniquity is already at work in the earth." It's like, that's like, what is that mystery of iniquity? And it's kind of like it's this slippery squid shapeshifter wily coyote thing where it's like Santa Claus is Zeus, and Zeus is Odin, and Odin is Santa Claus. And it's like, I know that sounds like crazy, like, no, these are all different, from different times and different peoples. You know what I'm saying? That's like the rebuttal you'll hear. But that's the mystery of iniquity, is that it's right there in our face, but it's so elusive yet. Uh, I mean, and it's been this way. Like, that's why it was already at work then. They were already worshiping Zeus and Mithras and Romulus and these different fallen angel spirits, like Enki and Enlil and look, Krishna and I don't even know any Gangesh. Gangesh is the destroyer, but also Apollyon is the destroyer, and Apollo is the son of Zeus. You know what I'm saying? So once again, this is this tricky shapeshifter. Look, will not be accountable, like like chameleon spirit, dude. That is just like masquerading, like Eddie Murphy in the clumps, and it's just like this one guy is breaking his neck to play all the characters in the movie, almost like the Wizard of Oz. Like, these are all cliche and horrible examples from Hollywood, which is totally bat shizzle, bape shit, bum, bunk, Egypt as well. Uh, it's like, why it's like that stubbornness is as idolatry, and rebellion is as witchcraft, or he that hateth his brother is a murderer, or he that has lusted in his heart has lusted already, or has committed adultery already. That's kind of this mystery of iniquity type thing, that that the stuff is so, like, it's just we're saturated in it, and it's hard to even detect it, because it wears so many faces and so many masks, and it jumps through all these hoops to pre-program us, and what is that called, man? Predictive programming, man. All, like, basically brainwashing, dude, and indoctrinations and intentional misleadings, and then, like, it's like all these different sectarian cults, but with the same end goal. That's the mystery of iniquity, is like, look, choose whatever flavor you wish, but in the end, it's the same freaking ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Freaking, that you're still eating ice cream in the end, even no matter which flavor you choose. You know what I'm saying? When you eat enough of it, you get the brain freeze. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the fact that, like, Mary this deified Mary from the Catholics is Isis, whoa, the wind just picked up, freaking, and that, look, if you look at the garb of the Muslim woman, it's just what are those, nuns. They make all their women dress like nuns. You know what I'm saying? And it's you don't see that this is a trick. It's a deception. It's a freaking pyramid scheme. That's the mystery of iniquity. That dragon, like in China, the emperors and the royal families back in the day were worshipped as dragons, as they were god kings, basically, in the minds of the people. Same thing with in the Mayans and in the Egyptians and the sun snake. That snake and that dragon, Satan. Uh, yeah, Isaiah 14, Lucifer is Satan. But it says Satan's kingdom's divided. Well, there's Luciferians who are a sect of Satanism and Satanists, which it's just like the left and right, the Democrats and Republicans of Satanism. And, and then you got the neutrals, just the atheists, scientismists, all these people vying for your worship, and you not seeing that as worship. Like, you worship this faith. Science is your faith. You think it's fact, but it tells you it's a theory, but yet you try to convert me like you got the facts. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's like, were you there at the Big Bang, buddy? Were you here a couple hundred years ago? You know what I'm saying? I mean, so how do you know it? Like, how can you confirm this thing? For confirm it. Who can? That's amongst us or our fathers or grandfathers, because none of them were alive that long. So it's like this so-called science and these philosophies, man. They ask these questions, but look, you know what I'm saying? But they never want you to really get any answers. It's actually to make you indecisive and double-minded. You know what I'm saying? In a way, and kind of just stunted in a way, because it's like there's just how much, sometimes freaking evidence do you freaking need to prove that something is fishy, or it's like, look, I'm not even gonna deal with that anymore because it's that bad. And it's kind of like, this thing. It's like a corporation, man, an incorporation, and there's all these straw men that they're using. I mean, even now, that's what it is, a bunch of straw men, dude. Like the fourth or the third Reich, the Russians, the communists, the fucking terrorists, the savages. You know what I'm saying? Freaking, like, look, there's always some like scapegoat, flying monkey, patsy. And that's the mystery of freaking iniquity, is that it's like, it looks like it could be the right thing, so that's why a lot of people are doing it, because they think that they're doing the right thing, but it's like totally like not. The Pharisees, they are also, like the hypocrites, the actors. You know what I'm saying? The doctors who say they can help you, and and they just sell you some snake oil. Look, preachers who take your money and look and promise you the sun, the moon, and the stars, and just don't deliver. And then look, and then get people to be mad at God about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the mystery of iniquity, that this whole world lie in the wicked one. And it's so true. Surely our fathers have inherited lies. This is a wicked and adulterous generation. You know what I'm saying? And blood has went forth and touched blood. And it's just that's the mystery of iniquity, is that it's just jacked up and it's forward. And that's what happens when you listen to this thing. From the beginning of time, it's a jinn. It's the monkey's paw. It's like you reap what you sow, and this thing tricks people, and following their own heart in the way that seemeth right, but in the end is destruction. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's how this mystery of iniquity works, man. And it's like, look, it can infiltrate the most noble of causes, the most best individual, the best character of man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, look, but that pride of life, will, it gets in people, man, and it causes these type of like Jim Jones, or the comic cult. You know, there's a bunch of examples in history of where this mystery of iniquity really like took some people out. Like, look, a lot of people, like most demo sides, the mystery of iniquity is when they worship their leader as a god. That's can that's like idolatry is as what was it, stubbornness is as idolatry type deal, and it's like it can really happen, and it is going on around us right now, where this is really happening in certain places on the earth, where it's really like, look, it's really medieval and ancient, and like Arthur and Merlin and witches and warlocks and sorcerers and frickin' damsels and knights out there. It's really messed up. It's really messed up because you know, the scientism and the whole philosophical and technological, they make you feel like they sell you this big dream of we're going way into the future. Yeah, we're marching boldly into the future. But no, we're going into a dark ages, and it's like people just don't see that yet. And it's like a lot of people are blinded, like totally, and deaf and mute about, like they have no opinion. They're just going along right with the ride, man. Freaking I mean, it's weird, dude. It's just so weird, man. This is such a Twilight Zone like vibe, man. Just like it feels like an alien foreign environment sometimes, like you know, but maybe it always has been. It's just weird. For all them years I never noticed it. That, yeah, no, you can really see that this is a messed up place, and this ain't how it was supposed to be. This might be how it is, but look, this ain't how things should have been. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you know, I'm not the man to declare what should and should not be. But I'm just telling you, there's a lot of messed up stuff going on, and it's that mystery of iniquity. It's just, it's just freaking. It just keeps coming back with a new a new hustle, man, a new alias, like identity theft, somebody, and then just comes back again and does the same thing over and over and over again. And it just kind of like picks up steam like a pyramid scheme, and then when it gets maxed out and the con's about to be exposed, it just totally implodes, and it's really crazy. But you know, I mean, but you know, with all these things, though, it's like at this point now, it's your own fault if you're ignorant, because it's like it can be discerned, like for surely that, like, look, there's enough. It's not just a speculative type thing. Like, this is almost like substantial. Like, it used to be just kind of like hypothetically, let's allegorically, theoretically, we could speak this way on these biblical subjects, but now it's almost like provable, like it's arguable and debatable, and almost like, yeah, like, look, it's almost like obvious at this point. A lot of things that, you know, before you could kind of like, look, you could kick up enough dust to kind of keep the matter in a cloud, but it's like their techniques don't work like that no more. It's like it's real easy to poke holes in all their crap, their bull, their confidence man work. You know, their like straight up indoctrination and brainwashing. It's like freaking, look, it's everywhere. Everyone's got a little bit somewhere at some point, and so it's like hard to. It'll weasel like around to like people justify this, like, look, the programming and defend it, like, look, like really the like motivated, man, like really like determined to prove like this weird stuff that ain't even their own idea. And it's like, why do they do that? That's the mystery of iniquity.